All right, and we are live. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great day today. We have the wonderful Deann in the house to do some readings
Hello.
for us today. Hold on, my phone's about to go off.
Oh,
Wonderful
okay.
Deann in the house. Yep. You have it open on your phone?
I do. I'm turning it down right now.
Okay, there we go. All right. Well, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. I have a little bit of a migraine, and Deann has some plans later, so we're gonna probably keep this about an hour today. Um, But if anybody has any political, world events, spiritual, even pop cultural questions, you can go ahead and put those in that comment, the chat. Put them in all caps with a couple emojis around it to catch my attention. So what's new? What's going on with you, Deanne? You had a live on your channel last
Yeah,
night. I
I
helped
did
you with.
my first live with the help of you and Sheila and
Hmm.
Kathleen J. Lightworker and a lot of people in the chat, subscribers helped me. But I got a Chromebook and it was kind of locking up and freezing up on me. So today I'm going to get a regular computer and I have a
Hmm.
show tomorrow with Ron's Unconditional Love and Herc 13 and we're going to give it a second try. So, but yeah,
I think it'll
thank
be
you.
better the second
I don't
time.
know what
You'll
I'd have
get
done
there.
without you.
Hmm. Yeah, and it's hard. Well, and your Chromebook wasn't working like it should have. So
No, it kept locking up on me.
yeah,
It's old.
so it will. I think it will be better tomorrow.
It will.
Sherry H says it's hard to hear you, Deanne, but I can hear you fine. Is anybody else having a hard time?
Anybody else having a hard time hearing me? Hi, Stacy Star. Thank you. You're awesome.
Yeah,
Can you guys hear me okay?
I'm. I can hear you fine. Tess says yes. Joanne says no. Stacy
Want me
says
to go
yes.
out and come back in and see if the sound is better?
Oh, thank you, Jules. Yes, I would love that. Um,
Yours is echoey too.
oh, I don't hear an echo at all. Everybody's saying, most people are saying that they can hear us loud and clear. You guys
Okay.
are really, really low, but other than that, okay. Hmm, let me look.
I got the volume on my phone turned all the way up.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Greeter TAK and Sherry H. Sorry you're having trouble hearing me. If we need to, I can always log off and log back in. Hi, Ron.
Yeah.
Unconditional love.
Yes. Hello, everyone. All right. I got, I think, two questions. Oh, thanks, Tess. All right. Well, we're gonna go with it because, for the most part, everything I'm reading, everybody says that they hear us fine. So I'm not sure what the deal is, but I have a couple questions already starred. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
Okay.
So Claudia asks, um, okay, perfect. Thank you, Libra lady. Claudia asks, hello, question. Will Ukraine finally get the jets this week? And if yes, will it be a game changer? I don't think it's going to be this week, but they're going to get them here soon. And yes, it will be a game changer, but they are also going to get a lot of defense to help with the Russian aircraft. But as you know, too, they're saying now that the Russians are leaving Kiev and heading more towards the east. So I think that's by Putin's new game plan is to kind of try. He knows he can't capture all of Ukraine, so what he's going to try to do is kind of separate it and take the eastern part that borders Russia. Um, and I think he would probably have a little bit more success than what he's been having now, but I don't see it lasting for very long. But I can throw some cards on it. What were you picking up with the pendulum?
I was getting yes, they were going to get the Jets. They were going to get the Jets this week, but I was
this week.
getting that as far as it being a game changer, I'm getting maybe.
Okay. Yeah, the issue with Ukraine is, Russia has a lot of aircraft, and they're doing a lot of offensive in the air, and that's what's destroying a lot of these towns with like the bombs and everything. So if they can get stuff to take out those aircraft, yes, it will be a game changer. What did Cash Peters say, Jima? I do think that they will eventually get jets. I think it's going to be here soon. I just don't know if it's going to be this. I don't think it's going to be this week.
Well, I'm getting that, in the past, they had no direction. They were just trying to hang on to what they had. They have the Prince of Pentacles and they have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So they were just trying to hang on with what they have, but they will get the Jets because I got the Princess of Wands, something new coming in. And I also got that clarified by the Ace of Cups. So new beginnings.
Nice.
So I think that's going to be good for them. And also I got the card of Judgment for the future. So I think that there is going to be, some decisions, some decisive decisions that are going to help. But right now, also, I have above that the Seven of Cups. So they've got some things to figure out first. But it looks like that, it is going to help them.
Yeah, yes, they will get them, and it will be a game changer. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be this week. It's going to come here soon. But it's interesting because I got the Two of Cups coming out, partnerships, and the Lovers, so that pact. So they are getting that help from, their partnerships. Well, from NATO and getting that help. Yes, they do drastically need those because it's a tower moment right now. There's a lot of chaos and destruction, but I see things changing because I got the Ace of Cups crossing. I know that you had the Ace of Cups as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, there's a new beginning coming, and they will end up being victorious. It will help them a lot. So yes, I do see them coming. I don't think it's going to be this week. It might be a couple weeks out, but that's what I'm picking up anyway.
I checked my grid, my pendulum grid, to check for time, to see if I could get a time. And it said 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
it's going to be here soon, I feel.
Soon, yes.
But they're also, like I was saying, they're going to be getting a lot of defensive weapons, like those midges, to take out a lot of the airplanes, so that they have some defensive over the air offense that Russia's doing with them. Hello, everybody joining. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Yes, I have that question, Lisa. All right. Did I miss Claudia?
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to
talking about Will Smith.
Start. Who's talking about Will Smith?
Stacy Starr. I guess at the academies he came up and smacked Chris Rock in the mouth because he made a joke about his wife. Not the best way to handle it.
No. Thank you, George. Yes, peace on earth now. Okay, I think I had a question on the Will Smith. So Renee asked, was Will Smith triggered when he saw the look on Jada's face? In his book released 4 months ago, he talked about carrying the burden of not defending his mom being punched by her father. Okay.
I'll do that one.
Yes, he was triggered, and if you were watching it, at first he was laughing at the joke, but I think once he realized how bad it hurt his wife, that's when he kind of, went up there and wasn't happy. Listen, I'll just say that, what Will Smith did was wrong. He could have I never condone violence and never agree with that. he could have been upset with it and handled it like how he did after he smacked him and was just like, "Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth." He could
Yes.
have done that. It would have been a lot better. But yes, he was triggered. I don't like to, do diagnosis and stuff like that, but mentally his energy feels a little unbalanced and unstable, I felt. I feel like he was triggered. Um, and I feel like he had a lot of stuff going on too.
Mhm.
So it was just very impulsive.
I think when he got up there later, 20 minutes later, and then he got a standing ovation, people were kind
Yeah,
of
I
worried
didn't like
about
that.
that. But I think he should have apologized when he got up there and said that was
hmm
not the way to handle it. I was
He
upset.
apologized to the academy, but not to Chris. He did apologize yesterday.
Chris handled it very well, though.
Yes, he did. Yes, and that's true, Joanne. I mean, he kind of ruined that moment for himself.
Yes,
That was his first Oscar win, and yeah, everybody's just going to talk about how he assaulted somebody. And it's not a good look. Um, but yeah, I feel he was triggered. I don't know if anybody else has any questions on that.
yeah, and Chris Rock decided he's not pressing charges,
hmm
so and that was good.
I agree, Sherry H. Yes, I can understand defending his wife, and that's why I was saying, he could have reacted the way he did after he smacked him and said, "Keep his wife's name out of his mouth." But I can't applaud somebody for, smacking or hitting somebody. I mean, that's assault.
Yeah,
I
but I
think that,
know.
there is a past history um, Chris and Jada. I think that they had worked together before, and I think that there was a past friendship there too. I don't think it was on the best of terms, and I think that's why Jada got so upset. I mean, she like rolled her eyes and everything, and it's something that she's very insecure about.
Yeah,
I didn't know she had alopecia until they were talking about it
she
afterwards.
still looked beautiful, even without
Yeah,
hair, She looked beautiful. But yeah, I know we have all done things like that though before. I mean, I've never smacked anybody, but we've all reacted in ways that we
yeah,
look back and wish we hadn't have because we're triggered, because he saw the hurt on his wife's face. But it would have been nice if he would have said, Chris, that was not the way I should have handled it. I'm sorry, but I thought that, comedians make fun of people and you can't have people coming up hitting them every time.
yeah. All right. Yes, they were talking a lot about this today. Liz says Trump's White House. There were 7 hours of phone log missing on January 6th, and will we know the content?
Oh,
Yes, of course. Things end up going missing.
down the toilet.
Yeah, I think somebody had said that too. Did he flush them? Um, yeah, I mean, obviously he wants to keep it out of the January 6th hands, and that's why they were destroyed. But he was definitely on the phone. There were records. He destroyed them.
Did Trump destroy? Or was it the 7? Yeah, I think he destroyed them.
Mm, yeah. But I do
We'll know
feel
the content.
intuitively too, a lot of those conversations, um, a lot of them will be released. I mean, they might not have actual documents of it. Those might be destroyed, but did he eat those? Yeah. Um, but they already know he talked to a bunch of the people in Congress, and they've even said as much. They talked to Trump, while the insurrection was happening. So January 6th is going to get some information on those calls.
Who was the guy who said they heard him? They got a telephone. They got him on the telephone saying, "Make it look like it was that we had nothing to do with it. Make it look like they had just gone there." And anyway, he was caught saying that they had planned it, and they want to make it look like it was just a mob that got out of hand.
hmm
So I mean, they have proof.
Yes, they do. And you know what, too? Um, text messages and stuff like that went out. What a lot of these Republicans don't know in the Congress is that there's a server in the basement, and all of those text messages, they're all documented. So a lot of that information will be released, and I think January 6th already has that.
Yeah, because can't you, even if you delete your information off a computer, can't computer specialists go in there and pull that information out anyway?
They can, unless you would have to have somebody in there that really knows how to wipe a computer out. But yeah, any specialist could get a lot of that stuff out. I saw Alice posted a question. We're not doing personals today, but I remember you asking this on Deann's channel last night, and we answered it for you. You must have not been there when we did, but we felt it was a woman
Grandma.
family member. Yeah, it was like an older woman, but it was definitely family that was visiting. So, but
Yeah.
we're not doing any personal readings today.
But yeah, Alice, Kathleen, and me, we got both, and Kim, we all got that. It might have been your grandma
Or mother,
Mhm.
but it was definitely an older woman
woman.
energy, and it was a family member. Yeah, I mean, she does rock it, but I'm sure that there's a part of her that's very insecure about that. Not to say that she doesn't look good with her head shaved. She's stunning and gorgeous. She's got beautiful bone structure to her, so she can really pull it off. But
For a
you
woman.
know, but I'm sure any woman that has hair loss like that and has to do that would be a deep insecurity. So
I
thank you,
know.
Butterfly Kisses. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. And if you're not already, I'm sure a lot of you already are, but please go over to Deann's channel and subscribe. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. Yes, Chris Martin. Conversations will be discovered. Yep, I agree. Exactly.
They will. Like I said, I think this spring, May and June, we're going to be getting more stuff. I don't know how, around that
Mhm.
time.
I agree, Stacy Star. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but like I said, there was some past history there between them. But Will definitely overreacted and was very impulsive. And like I said, mentally, his energy felt like it was a little off. There's a lot of stuff going on with him, and I'm sure there was a lot of stress with the Oscars and all of that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I agree. I didn't think it was that serious of a joke, but I'm
It
sure it is
wasn't.
a deep insecurity that she has. All right.
Hi, Connie B. Yeah, I think when he seen his like you said, when he looked at his wife's eyes and he seen hurt in her eye,
Yeah.
that's when he snapped. Well, Trump's pocket pardon. Does he have a pocket pardon? I didn't realize
I
that.
think he had done a lot of secret pardons as he was leaving.
I would not be surprised if he pardoned everybody else. He's gonna, but then he has to admit he committed a crime. You're guilty if you have a pardon.
Yeah. I don't know who all he pardoned. There will be some people that he's publicly pardoned that I see going back to jail, like Bannon, and who else was it? I think the Flynn could definitely go back. Roger Stone. Those pardons aren't going to hold, but there are some pardons that I think they're going to keep. Hey, Connie. Yeah, Stone. Yeah, I definitely feel Stone going back.
Stone go back. Yeah, Stone's going to go back to prison.
But I think a lot of those pocket pardons that he did will hold. I'm sorry to say. A lot of them, though, were just from people that were paying him money to get a pardon so that he could make some money off of it, which I don't understand how that's legal, but well, I don't know if I don't think he did pardon his kids, Joanne.
I don't think he could. Could he? I mean, because, like I said, you have to admit guilt. You have to be found guilty, I thought, to.
Well, Yvonne, I mean, it's something that she's been struggling with, so I don't necessarily agree with that. But I also agree too that he was a comedian; it was part of his job. Nobody should be assaulted for a joke. Period.
Yeah. Well, I got the moon in reverse, so there's going to be some revealed secrets
Mm-hmm.
that are going to come out. But right now,
Yes,
we're just the
cool.
hangman. We're just hanging on, waiting. Restricted. This is the Three of Wands, so we're restricted from knowing some things. But I got the Princess of Cups, which is kind of like similar, not the sun, but quite. But things are going to come out, and they're worried about it. They are worried about it. So we'll just have to see. But I think that some of those people are going to go down like stone, and they've broken other laws after the pardon.
Getting a lot of good questions. We'll do this one because it's kind of with it. Renee V asks, will there be requirements established or reform the presidential pardon powers? I see a lot of reform in, even like term limits for, Congress, about their donations that they're getting. They're going to get a lot stricter with it. And I do think that there is going to be some reform on the presidential pardons. They're going to make sure that nobody like Trump ever can get elected again. I feel that very strongly.
Yeah. They're definitely, we've seen what has happened. This is the Five of Cups. It's Lincoln looking at both sides fighting, you know, Republican and Democrat, and seeing all the things that we've lost. But there is still some rebuilding to do. We are not going to let the devil, this is Bannon, this is the devil, we're not going to let this happen again. So there is going to be some rules. They want to make sure that no dictators can use somebody for a puppet like Putin did Trump. So, yeah, I think there is. And we're going to come together. Got little Biden and Obama there. But, yes.
They're going to do a lot of things to stop a lot of, the corruption in politics. And
they have to.
Obviously there's a side that's a lot more corrupt than others, but there's corruption on both sides.
There is.
And I'm sorry, it's a time for new leadership to come in to the Democratic Party. That some of these people need to retire already.
Yes, and if Biden was doing the stuff that Trump was doing, I'd want him out just the same.
Yeah.
It would not matter to me if they're Democrat or Republican. They're supposed to be serving us, the public, and if they're not, and they're hurting us, and they want to just be a dictator, I don't care what side you're on. They need to go to jail.
Yeah.
Or be put out.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get caught up with the chat.
Yeah, Joanne Hall, he did show where the loopholes are. We learned a lot from all this stuff. We're awake now. Our eyes are wide open to this stuff now. People are watching them.
Oh, I got these questions start twice.
Hi, Deb Z, Sharon Sipey. Susie Buckingham says, I think that's why the info isn't coming out. They don't want the Dems name too.
Info for what?
I guess on some of the different things that are going on, they feel like the Democrats, Susie, I think she's saying she thinks the Democrats may be involved in some shady things too.
There's
I'm sure there are some.
Well, and it's just like this too. I don't think Pelosi, sorry, I have a scratch in my throat. I've had a cold the last few days. Pelosi hasn't backed them putting restrictions in, the Congress people and senators for buying stock, and we know that they have a bunch of insider information on those stocks, and that's not right. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot, there's corruption all, between both parties. I think there's obviously a lot more corruption on the Republican side, but there is corruption on both sides. So I do see a lot of reforms and changes for that.
I did go back and watch some of the voting on Ketanji Brown, and the questions they asked her were ridiculous.
Gosh, sorry.
About, do you know what a woman is? Yeah.
It was all just, those few senators that want to run for the Republican Party for president in 2024.
gotcha questions, they think, to try to catch her off guard and get a meme or a. Sheila Angel Feather Tarot, thank you. Hi. Hi, friend.
So Electra Storm said, well, right, Spirit Beyond the Stars, because she's made a lot of money because of that information. I just don't find that to be right. Anyway, so Electra Storm asked, January 6th committee called out the DOJ yesterday. Will the DOJ finally hold people in contempt of court and force them to testify?
Yeah.
I think it's going to be there. I know Mark Meadows has his referral to be held in contempt of court's been sitting in DOJ for like 3 months now. I really feel a lot of information and a lot of even like the public hearings will be starting here soon. There's going to be a lot coming out in the springtime and in the summer. So yes, they will hold those people in contempt of court and force them to testify.
I got yes with the pendulum, and I got the moon in the past. So in the past, we've had a lot of secrets that have gone on. People have tried to manipulate the truth. There's been a lot of them manipulating the truth. But the high priestess comes out and she knows, it's going to be known, what happened. And I got the January 6th card, the 10 of Swords, with that represents the capital. So yes, that's pretty definite on there.
Thank you, Vicki. Yes, I have some tea. First off, my migraine and everything, I think, was because my neck was out of place. I had a lot of broken sleep last night. And I was hacking all night. So, I barely had a voice when I woke up this morning. So I was trying to keep hydrated and drink some tea, but I just have a tickle in the back of my throat I can't get rid of.
And you can do Reiki on yourself?
Yeah, I was starting to do some of it, but I had a lot of stuff going on. My mom came over and visited for a little bit, but yes, true. Tracy Ralph, she says, Age of Aquarius, all corruption, all parties, big business, all institutions, lawmakers, corporate period will be brought out for a change. Not all, but yes, there will be a lot of changes. I agree.
Yes, I agree too.
And there's going to be a lot of really good progressive changes that happen too. I did take 2 COVID tests last week, Electra. It's not COVID.
Every time you get a sniffle, you're like, COVID.
I know.
These days.
I was starting to feel better, but just last night was really rough. So
it's miserable when you get a cold, especially when you get it like in the summer or in the spring when it's nice out. Winter, you don't care as much. You're stuck in the house anyway.
Right. Well, and it's been cold the last few days here in Ohio, but a few days before that, it was like in the 60s and warm. So there's a lot of temperature differences that have been happening.
Allergies too. Isn't it the time where you start having the allergies?
Yes, Jules, my neck does feel better. Thank you. All right, so we have a lot more questions I've been getting.
Oh, JC Starr had a good one too. Strange energy around Thanksgiving and Christmas this year.
Yeah, we can throw some cards on it.
Is there going to be anything significant happening on things politically?
I pick up though, because I still feel that we're going to keep the House and the Senate. So I see us being very excited around Thanksgiving. But I haven't heard of anything strange happening. Yes, very true, Yvonne. Tell me why I'm not surprised by that, Joanne. Joanne says Marjorie Taylor Greene bought some weapon stocks 2 days before Putin invaded.
Of course she did, just like some of those jerks were buying body bags and stuff when we had COVID, investing in that. It's all about money, so for some of them. I hope she goes. I think she will. She won't be reelected.
I definitely felt Bober getting voted out. I think she was redistricted. So it's not going to benefit her in that district anymore. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she may get reelected, but she'll be out very shortly after. She's in a lot of trouble.
She should be.
Yes, Tawana, I did read on that before. I do feel like those Ukraine children will be released, and I felt like they were going to be okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Chat just keeps on going.
I think we're going to be doing a little bit better by then. I got the 7 of Pentacles, so hard work is going to be paying off. Maybe the hard work of the January 6th committee and stuff, or things like that. But the hard work is going to be paying off that we've been doing, and there's going to be more of I think, an end to the 6 of Pentacles, the unfairness that has been going on in politics, the burden that we've had. It's good. We're going to have some good things come of that. We are looking forward to the time when we do not have to deal with these devils, Thank
you, Tawana.
So yeah, we're going to be moving ahead and expanding, and things are going to be getting better. We're looking forward to things being better. And in the little bit distant future, we have Biden here as the what is he? The King of Cups. And I think that things are going to go good. He's going to do well. We may even see withdraw or giving up, from Russia if it's not sooner than that. But it talks about withdrawal and giving up and Biden being in charge. So maybe there's going to be an end to this war completely by then, and agreements and more peace. Might be good things happening. It's going to be good though. It's nothing negative. It's things are changing for the better.
Yeah, I'm picking up. Thank you, Alice. There is going to be a really famous woman that's going to pass around that time. I think it's an entertainer, though. I don't think it's like a politician or anything. I do feel like a lot of Republicans are going to be very upset at that time. So don't be surprised if you see some of the crazies out there rioting and protesting, because there is some conflict. But for us, we're going to be celebrating. There's a lot of good things coming together. My guides were also saying around that time there is going to be another wave of COVID, but I think it's going to be milder like these last couple times. But that's what I'm picking up.
Okay.
A lot of disappointment from the Republicans. But it seems positive for us. All right.
I asked just to confirm what you were saying, the pendulum, and I did program it. It said, yeah, there is possibly going to be a new wave of COVID, and that, yeah, it's going to look good for the Democrats, but not the Republicans.
Yeah, they're going to be a little disappointed.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and actually, I feel like there's just going to be a lot of shock because it's somewhat unprecedented that, during the midterm elections, usually Democrats don't go out to vote. But there's going to be so much stuff that happens between now and the midterms that is really not going to be a good look for these Republicans, and it's going to get a lot of people out to vote. I do feel a stimulus check coming out closer to the midterms that a lot of people desperately need. And I also think that Biden's going to do something with student loans. I don't see a total debt forgiveness, but for the government loans, I feel that there's going to be some write-offs on that, and it's going to get a lot of young people out to vote.
Yeah.
All right.
I
All
think we're
right, everyone.
up
I
to
have a lot of questions already starred, and me and Deann have to go in about 25 minutes, so I am closing the list. But if I missed your question today, I do have my show with Mel. It's going to be on my channel this week, and Sheila Angel Feather is going to join us, so I'm really excited about that.
I wonder, a lot of Republicans, when what comes out this spring is supposed to come out, I wonder if a lot of them will even turn on him and vote against him
I think there
if he
might
even
be
runs.
some, but there's not going to be a whole lot of Republicans changing their mind. But
No.
we did have some Republicans that were more moderate that did vote for Biden because they were just so sick and tired of all the crazy. Well, Susie, I do feel that the House is going to be tight. It's going to be very similar to what we have right now. They might even lose a seat or two, but we will have a narrow majority. But for the Senate, I'm feeling 2, 3, possibly 4 Senate seat gains for the Democrats. So Manchin and Sinema won't have that power to, obstruct the Democratic agenda. So a lot of this, and I feel filibuster rules will be changed after midterms. So yes, we will be able to get a lot of stuff done. So Lisa asked, will Manafort go back to jail? And intuitively, I pick up yes.
I got yes.
Absolutely. All right, I'm about caught up. Yes, Chris, I've read on it many times. There will be a split in the Republican Party after midterms because Republicans are going to be so upset that they lost and that they weren't able to take back, the House or the Senate. And it's really unprecedented because usually that does happen during the midterm elections, that these Republicans are going to be like, Trump and all these crazies, their strategy, it's a losing strategy. You can't win as a Republican if you allow Trump to be the head of the party. So we're going to see it fracture because they're looking for new leadership. Absolutely.
Yeah. I got he's going to be ungrounded, and he got the King of Pentacles is the future in reverse. So yeah, he's going to be ungrounded, and he's corrupt. It's saying he's corrupt. He's using poor judgment. So I think and he's greedy. He's going to do something else too, possibly. They're going to find more stuff about him that he is going to go to jail. He's foolish. I got the Hierophant in reverse too for him. Foolish and untrustworthy. Yeah. And the pendulum says yes as well.
Yeah, I definitely feel he's going to go back. And I just want to say thank you. Renee, V, and Twana had both sent very nice donations. So thank you so much.
Thank you. That's so nice of you guys.
Yeah, there's more stuff coming out about Manafort, about his Russia dealings and overseas dealings. There should be a lot of hope for us, and we're going to be celebrating because he will be getting justice. It's not going to be as quickly as what we'd like. It's a little slow, but yes, he will go back to jail. But shocker, when is justice ever quit? Yes, Chris. The young people are going to come out and vote. I see that very strongly. I know somebody had asked too about, is Garland getting any closer to the indictments? And I really feel like a lot of it is kind of timing too, because I feel like, how we are. If something happened now, come midterms, people are going to forget about it. So I really see a lot of information and a lot of big things coming out in the spring and even into the summer.
I'm getting a big yes that he is getting more information, and yeah.
So Giselle asked, is any getting any closer to indictments? Yes. I think so. I think it's going to be more into summertime though, because I feel a lot of big stuff happening before the midterms. Yes, he has a plan, and like I said, if they were to go after a lot of these people right now, I feel like most of America's attention span is they forget about stuff a month or two later. So I think that there's a plan to make it closer to midterms.
I'm getting like August or September, right around there, which could explain too why they're having the feeling about the Thanksgiving thing. Because if he starts putting out the indictments, his base might, like you said, they might want to start trouble.
Yeah, that's true, Spirit. Let me see. Yeah, and I do feel summertime. When you said August, it really resonated with me. Timing's hard to pick up, but yeah, I do feel we are getting closer to a lot of indictments.
Thanks, Sharon Sipey, for posting my link there.
I just see Garland as somebody that's very meticulous. You know, he wants to make sure that all that information is there, but I do see him pushing it out so that it's closer to midterms. He's still getting information in too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I feel like he feels a little bit trapped about, the Trump thing because it is kind of unprecedented.
Yeah.
But yes, he is getting closer to indictments.
Yeah. And like we said, Jared and Ivanka, they're going to spill.
Yeah. Can't give up hope. The star's here. Things are going to be revealed. This is a big yes. But I think he does feel a little restricted about doing stuff with Trump because it's unprecedented to go after a sitting president. I think he's a little worried also the can of worms that would open up. Yes, he's very meticulous and thorough. He wants to make sure that he's not going to be attacked for being, partisan. That he needs to have that evidence. But yes, there's going to be a lot of heartbreak for some people because information's coming out. Those indictments are coming out. Yes. Okay, yes, I have quite a few questions. Me and Deann have about 20 minutes left on today, so I am closing the list for questions, but I have quite a few still to get through. I kind of already answered this, Renee. I think I might have already done that. Yes, there will be reform on the presidential pardon powers, amongst many other things.
Yes. I know. Wendy says it's just so hard to wait after 5 years.
Yeah, I know.
We understand. We're with you, Wendy.
It's going to happen. Oops, I just dropped half my decks. All right. So, Nasha asks, will Biden help relieve student loan debt for those not in the medical or public service fields? Yes, absolutely. And
yes.
It's not going to be a total write-off of federal loans, but maybe like 10 or 20,000.
Yeah, I'm getting yes too.
I feel it would be more towards in the summer, beginning of fall, right before the election. And that's why I was saying too, a lot of young people are going to come out to vote because Democrats have their backs, and because it's the student loan debt is just crippling people. Like they can't afford their rent, and it's something that you have to pay like forever. So we need to make some reforms in that and relieve some of that. People are really hurting.
My daughter and son-in-law have $100,000 in student loan debt, and they'll never pay that off in their lifetime. Probably, they'll be all their life paying on that, and that's not right. We need teachers, we need people that can do those services.
You're right there.
I just want to tell you guys, thank you, everybody that came on last night while I tried to do my first live video. I'm just reading your comments here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I did hear that they were going to sign that anti-lynching act. Good. Sorry,
I can't believe they didn't want to sign it.
Huh?
Why would they not want to sign something like
that? No,
they
are. At 4:00 today in the Rose Garden, Biden is signing it into law.
But there was Republicans that did not want to sign it.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
There. Democrats really need to do, and I think that they will do this. We all know that the Republicans really don't have a platform of their own ideas. So, the Republicans want to blame Democrats for, the economy and the inflation and all of that. Democrats need to just put out their agenda and try to sign into it. and how they would address that kind of stuff. And Republicans don't vote for it. Democrats can say, well, we're not the issue because Republicans wouldn't help you with that. They just need to start
Yes.
doing a whole bunch of bills like that and going to vote for it. So when the Republicans don't vote for anything, they can tell their constituents, yes, we tried to help you with that. Republicans wouldn't vote for it. That's what needs
Well,
to
look
be
at
done.
that bridge. It was in a red state that broke down, and that should have made people think, yeah, you need the infrastructure. Red or blue state, you need it. Oh yes.
It will be
Thanks,
worse.
Overscribe.
A lot of people will be very shocked, Susie. Yeah, I know, Debsy. We have to be a little patient, and a lot of us, have been picking up things and seeing it, so we really just want a lot of justice for that, but very true. It's not even the same scale of the corruption that Trump's done. And that's what I'm saying, a lot of this stuff is gonna come up before midterms. A lot of people are going to be shocked, and people are gonna make sure that they go out to vote to get rid of some of that Republican corruption.
Yes, he makes
Absolutely.
Nixon look like an angel.
Right. Yeah, I know, Susie. I went to school for musical theater. I didn't finish after high school, and then I was going to do nursing, but I had a really tough time with being an empath. When I was doing my clinicals, I couldn't do it in the nursing home. It was just so sad. We were like in the Alzheimer unit, dementia unit, and it's just so incredibly sad. I just couldn't do it. So I have a lot of student loan debt, and I don't even have a degree. So yes, it's not easy. Thank you, Summer. We try to keep it classy on my channel.
Hi, Doji.
Yes, I agree, Chris. Public will be glued to TV sets every day. Yeah, this summer and even spring, I feel here very soon. We're going to see January 6th start doing public hearings. There's going to be a lot of shock and awe from that. We'll have the indictments and a lot more information coming out this summer. Yeah, there's a lot that's going to happen.
Be so nice if we could just wipe all the corrupt people out, start
Mhm.
over.
Yes, I agree, Liz L. And Democrats really need to play fire with fire
Yes.
because they don't have a backbone. A lot of them do not have a backbone, and they just take those Republican attacks. And that's why I was saying they need to vote on all of their accomplishments that are all of their agenda items and things that will actually help people and will help a lot of these situations like the economy and inflation and stuff like that. And when the Republicans vote no for it, then they can say, we tried to help you with that. Republicans wouldn't vote for it.
Yep.
I agree.
Yeah, as it is now, there's no integrity in the Republican Party.
No, not at all. Oh yeah. I couldn't do it, Naja. It was just very overwhelming for me.
Yeah, Fox News will lose their minds when stuff comes out.
I'm sure they'll still be posting their Republican crazy stuff for a
Talking.
little while, but they will get more moderate in a couple years, I feel. All right, so let's see. We talk about the peace talks between Ukraine and Russia. Have they already set out that they were doing the peace talks? Was it going to happen in Turkey? I think. I don't know if it was this week, but
I think it was
put some
Turkey.
cards on it.
What's going to happen with the peace talks between Ukraine and Russia?
I really feel like Russia's just going to tell Ukraine that give us the eastern part of Ukraine, and we'll stop bombing all of your cities. So I don't personally think that there's going to be a lot of, um, movement there.
Yeah. Right now, I don't see at the center of the reading, I get the Seven of Swords there. So
Mm,
that's deception and trickery and cheating and lies, risky behavior. And it has to do with this emperor, which I believe, in this particular reading is Putin. We're trying to get temperance and balance right now, but we got the hangman in the future. So it's in suspension right now. There's a lot of uncertainty and waiting. So they're not really willing right now. In the future, I get the Page of Pentacles, that things may change a little bit. They may
mhm.
have a plan of action, or there may be a foundation to change things a little bit. But the bottom of the deck, it is a big burden.
Yeah. I'm picking up that there might be some movement, some good things that come from it. Not a whole lot. But, they're very hopeful that there will be some positive movement. Um, but I don't think that Russia is one that can be trusted.
Mm-mm.
Um, there's a lot of deception there. So I don't trust Russia. But there will be some movement, and eventually there will be, like a truce with a partnership and alliance. That could also mean, too, that, um, NATO coming in to help them. But I don't really see it going a whole lot. There might be some progress, but not a whole lot.
It's always going to be a lack of trust between those two now.
Yeah, I just did a reading yesterday. They were somebody was saying that there was a suspicion that some of those Ukrainian peace negotiators were poisoned. And when I was reading on it, I, for entertainment purposes only, but I did feel that they were poisoned. So, I mean, Russia's really not one to be trusted.
Yeah, now that I've programmed my pendulum, I didn't have it programmed yesterday because I kind of had the baby, but it's saying yeah. And that's not surprising.
Hmm. Hey, Sharon, how are you doing, my friend? Yeah, I mean, Russia just lies, lies, lies. They
Mm-hmm.
can't be trusted. There might be some little bit of movement, but Russia really just wants Ukraine, and they're not going to be able to take it, as we've seen. They've started to retreat from Kiev. I think now they're trying to section it off slowly. Yeah. Yes, I agree. So I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of progress, but there might be some. Wisdom Warrior asks, does Cy Vance have knowledge of why Bragg stopped the criminal investigation into the Trump organization? I don't think so, because Cy Vance appointed Bragg, and I thought he thought he was a trustworthy person. But as I've said before, I feel that Bragg, they had some secrets on him, and they threatened to expose those that he didn't want out, and he was also paid to try to stop that criminal investigation. But I still see it going forward. I don't think it's the end of that investigation.
Yeah, according to my pendulum, I'm feeling like, that's he does have a little bit of knowledge, but I do think it's going to go on. And I got, when I read on it before, that he was paid off and also threatened with, they knew things about him that could come out. But I think that it is going to still move forward. A lot of people know what happened.
I've always felt January 6th and, the New York investigations, those two specifically, is where Trump and the Trump organization is going to get in a lot of trouble. I feel with New York, all of his assets from Trump work are going to be seized.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be taken from him. And like I said before, I've never seen Trump personally in jail, but there's a lot of people going to jail around Trump. And so, yeah, there's a lot of big stuff coming out with that.
He'll be losing his money. He'll be losing his power. He'll be losing his influence, and he'll be slowly slipping.
Laura, Bragg he didn't win an election. Cy-Vance appointed him. But I feel like I feel like he used to abuse some substances too. That might be part of that information that he doesn't want to go get out, that, that he was blackmailed with. But he also took money as well.
He did.
All right. A couple more. We have about 5 minutes left. All right. So Deann asks, will it be Biden or Harris, period, that changes Supreme Court to recuse themselves from cases involving family and former? Yeah, because there will be some changes in the Supreme Court. I think it's going to be with Harris, though, when she's in. I don't think it's going to happen right now.
Okay, pendulum's saying Harris. It's saying no to Biden.
Yeah, he wasn't voted in, Laura. He was appointed. Oh, thank you, Judith. Me and Deann love working together.
Yes, I do. I love working with Kevin.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more from Harris where a lot of the rule changes come. It could be at the very end of Biden's term, but I feel a lot of that stuff, that will be through with Harris. All right, so Silver asks, will big companies finally be taxed for outsourcing?
Will big companies be finally taxed for outsourcing?
Yes, they will be. I just heard yes.
Okay, pendulum swinging yes.
They will be. I really feel a lot of, I think especially since the pandemic and, the supply chain issues with getting stuff from China, I do see a lot more manufacturing here in the United States in the next few years. And even, could be Canada and Mexico. So a lot of those supplies are going to be close by so that it's not going to be so expensive. There's going to be a lot of changes put in so that these companies don't outsource their jobs overseas. Yes. And also, I feel the corporate tax rate will be going up here, like the next year too. I think next year. All right, I have one more question starred, but I'm gonna get caught up with the chat real quick. Spirit Beyond the Stars says, is Turkey going to get sanctioned over harboring Russian oligarchs? I don't think that they're going to be sanctioned. Turkey is one of those countries that kind of play both sides of the fence, just like China.
Pendulum saying no.
No, they're not going to get. Yeah, I'm not thinking that they're going to get sanctioned either.
Didn't use the cards for that since it was just a yes or no question.
Yeah. What did I miss? Yes, I agree with you, Mimi. Bragg will be under investigation. There's a lot more coming out about that.
Mimi said, Kevin, not to disagree with you, but Braggs was elected by the New Yorkers, not appointed by Cy-Vance. I don't think the question was about who appointed him, was it?
I don't feel like Bragg was elected, and I'm pretty sure that regardless, it doesn't. I guess it really doesn't matter. I'm not going to argue with people.
No, I was just curious. Was voted in.
Thank you for stopping by, Lisa. Hey, hello again, Sheila and Scott Allen. He was elected. Okay, I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm always right. All right. Yes, for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, but regardless with Bragg, there is going to be a lot more information coming out about that, and it's going to be more thoroughly investigated. And like I said, I don't see that investigation into Trump stopping with him, so I don't think he'll be successful in that. All right, everyone. All right, well, me and Deann have to get going, but before we go, is there any announcements that you have to share, Deann, with your channel or any collabs that you're doing?
Well, I'm going to, like I told you, I'm going to get a computer when we get off, and I'm
Yeah,
going to be going on with Ron Unconditional Love and her 213 tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central. And then on the 4th, I'm going on with, or they're going to come on my channel, actually, Debbie Freebird Spirit and Lisa. And
yeah.
so that's all I've got going on right now. That's enough.
I have my collab with Mel and Sheila Angel Feather on my channel this Thursday. I'm looking forward to. And yes, if I can, I'm going to join your reading next week with Debbie and Lisa.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're coming on there too, Dilla.
And then the following week, I'll be on Sheila's channel with Jen from Jen's World. So I'm excited about that. I'm sure that there'll be some more collabs in the works. There's a couple people I'm talking to, so I'll make those
Me too.
announcements
I'm
here
talking to Jen and a
soon.
couple people too, so I'll
Nice.
have some more once I get the hang of this, and then
All
invite
right.
you on to help me.
Oh, thank you so much, Mimi. Mimi said that she had an excellent reading with me, that I'm excellent. Thank you. Yes, if anybody's interested in a private reading, you can email me at kevinlovingvibrations@gmail.com. I have it on my channel and in my description box. And I have Deann's email too if you'd like to get a hold of her for a reading. Thank you, Jules. I lost what I was going to say. But yeah, please like this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And please go over to Deann Shield Maiden's channel and subscribe. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Yeah, thank you everybody for stopping by. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. And I think as of right now, Deann's planning on joining next Tuesday as well. So
Yep.
yes, stop by Nasty Women later tonight, 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. I love you all so much. Sending you all many blessings. And I will see you all on Thursday night. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.